Today's topic is suctioning. Introduction. Suctioning endotracheal, oropharyngeal, nasopharyngeal and tracheostomy tube is a method of clearing tracheal, oral, nasal secretions by the application of negative pressure using an appropriate size catheter. Definition. Suctioning is a sterile technique of clearing airway by means of mechanical suction apparatus. Suctioning is intended to remove accumulated secretions or other material that cannot be moved by the patient's spontaneous cough by Lippincott Manual of Nursing Practice. Now coming to the purposes. Remove the secretions in patients who are unable to cough and clear their own secretions effectively. Maintain airway patency. Prevent atelectasis secondary to blockage of smaller airways. Prevent infection. Collect secretions for diagnostic purposes. Provide comfort for the patient to ensure that adequate gas exchange occurs. Indications of suctioning. Respiratory distress due to increased copious retained secretions. Sign of respiratory distress may include increased respiratory rate, tachycardia, gasping, and decreased saturation of periphery oxygen. Key points of suctioning. Gather all equipment before procedures. Suction as needed rather than on a routine basis. Each insertion should not exceed 10 seconds. Observe the condition of the patient carefully. Provide comfort during procedures. Maintain proper asepsis throughout the procedure. Communicate with the patient during the procedure. Even though the patient is unconscious, do not apply suction while inserting the catheter. Suction should not be done immediately after meal feed. The catheter size for adults should be 12 to 16 French and for children it should be 8 to 10 French. Suction pressure should not exceed more than 100 to 120 mmHg in adults, and pediatric case it is 80 to 100 mmHg. Observe patient while suctioning for the following signs and symptoms: cyanosis, increased or decreased heart rate, aspiration, mucosal damage, coughing, bleeding, respiratory distress or arrest, and then immediately stop suctioning. Type of ET tube. Two types of ET tube. First is cuff tube and second one is non-cuff tube. Depth of insertion. Nasopharyngeal suctioning. Measure catheter from nose tip to base of earlobe. Nasotracheal suctioning. Measure catheter from nose tip to earlobe and downward to thyroid cartilage or neck. Articles. A tray containing sterile water to lubricate and flush catheter. Sterile drape to prevent soiling of clothing. Mask, goggle, gown, cap to prevent cross infection. Stethoscope to auscultate chest. Sterile suction catheter to remove secretions. Suction nozzle. Resuscitation trolley. Ambu bag to resuscitate in emergency condition. Gauze piece to clean catheter. Kidney tray to put wet waste. Other equipments: portable or wall suction with tubing, 100% oxygen source. Steps of procedure. Pre-procedure steps: assess secretions with or without stethoscope and the rate and depth of respiration to determine the need for suctioning. Check vital signs. Suctioning may lead to hypoxia during the procedure. Check functioning of suction machine to prevent any disturbance during the procedure. Explain the procedure to the patient and relatives regarding need of suctioning. To prevent undue anxiety, the patient and the attendant. Gather all articles at bedside to prevent any hassle during the procedure. If on mechanical ventilator, put patient on 100% oxygen. Assess the condition of stoma to look for the sign of infection. Provide privacy. It is the right of every human being. Perform chest physiotherapy to dislodge the secretions. Go for hand washing to prevent infections. Intra-procedure steps. Explain the procedure to the patient. It will lessen their anxiety and promote patient's cooperation. Position of patient. If conscious, give semi-fowler position. It will allow optimum lung expansion and patient will also cough and breathe easily. This position aids in the insertion of catheter because of gravity. Position of patient. If unconscious, patient should be placed in supine position. The face of the patient should be facing you. It will prevent tongue falling backward and thus prevent airway getting obstructed. This position also facilitates drainage of secretions from the pharynx and prevent the possibility of aspiration. Open the sterile supply. Use hand rub and open sterile catheter, pack and sterile gauze piece and use hand rub. Wear personal protective equipment to prevent cross-infection. Drape the patient. Put a sterile drape if required or cotton pad on patient's chest to prevent soiling of clothing. Pre-oxygenate the patient 100% oxygenation to prevent hypoxemia. Keep the dominant hand sterile and the non-dominant hand clean. Take the catheter with non-dominant hand clean, keeping suction nozzle under the arm and connecting tube with dominant hand sterile. Attach catheter to tubing using sterile technique. Turn on the suction source with clean hand. Place catheter into the sterile saline. Test equipment by applying thumb of non-dominant hand over open port to create suction. Using non-dominant hand, disconnect the patient from ventilator or any other oxygen source on which the patient is. Lubricate the catheter by inserting the catheter into the sterile saline. Pinch the catheter if there is no Y port and insert it into the tracheal. Endotracheal tube during inspiration when glottis is open without applying suction. Using suction while inserting catheter cause trauma to mucosa and remove oxygen from the respiratory tract. Advance catheter about 6 to 8 inches or until you feel resistance. This usually means the catheter tip has reached the bifurcation of the trachea. Withdraw the catheter 1 to 2 cm before applying suction to avoid damage to this area. Apply suction by releasing the thumb from Y port or by releasing the pinch on the catheter. While withdrawing the catheter, gently rotate the catheter with the thumb and index finger of the sterile gloved hand. It will help in properly cleaning the surface of respiratory tract and preventing injury to the mucosa. Limit suctioning size time to 10 seconds per suction episode to prevent hypoxemia. Clean the catheter in between each suction by dipping the catheter into the normal saline. Allow the patient to take 3 to 4 deep breaths between suction or encourage for coughing. If possible, replace the oxygen delivery system. Repeat the suction until the airway is clean. The patient should be re-assessed for after each pass of catheter to assess hypoxia and distress. Suctioning should not be done more than 4 times per suction episode to prevent complication. Return the patient to the ventilator or any other oxygen delivery system on which the patient was when the airway becomes clean. Suction the oral secretions from the oropharynx after removing the oxygen mask if present. This will take out the oral secretions. Move the catheter to oral cavity until the secretions are clean. Without applying suction, insert the catheter gently along the side of the mouth. Advance to oropharynx, suction the oropharynx. Replace the oxygen mask. Rinse the catheter with normal saline water until the tubings are cleared of secretions. Turn off the suction machine. Disconnect the catheter from the suction nozzle. And post-procedure steps: remove gloves properly inside out and dispose of all the disposable supply in the appropriate receptacles. Replace the articles. To prevent transmission of microorganisms, clean embu bag with alcohol swab. Assist the patient to a comfortable position. Auscultate over lung area. It will help to make sure whether the airway has been cleared of secretions or not. Wash hands. Document procedures and the outcomes, nature and amount of secretions and characteristics of patient respiration before and after suctioning. Any queries? No. Thank you.